On Monday, the South African Paralympics team left for France for the 10th edition of the World Paralympics Championships. The game started yesterday and will conclude on Monday, the 17th. To give us an update on Team South Africa, let's talk to jumping coach Jason Sewanyana, who joins us from Paris. So, Coach, thank you so much for your time. So, how were the travels and preparation for you guys?
Well, the travels went well, and the team is ready and raring to go. We had some of the first athletes competing this morning, and we had both through to the final and one narrowly missed out in the final. So it's been a good start for the team from Paris.
Yeah, care to expand on those positions, on the players that you're saying were the highlights so far, going to the semis or going through the next round? Tell us more who they are and what are their disciplines?
Yes, so it was Jonathan Tutu was the first in the T11 100-meter category. He unfortunately narrowly missed out on making the final by 0.4 split seconds, so it was really close. And then we had Jaco Smit, also at T11 100 meters, who made it through to the final. So it was a really good run for him, ran a personal best of 11 flat. And then we had Luzanne Kutsia in the 1,500 meters, and she made it through to the final as well. Oh, so it's been a good start there.
Yeah, that's amazing. Someone like Mpumelelo Mhlongo, who is your protege, was a flag bearer. I'm sure that's something that would have been quite a proud moment for you as well.
Yes, of course. I mean, really, really proud of him, and yeah, all that he's achieved. And obviously, it's always an honor to be the flag bearer of the team, and he also happens to be the team captain. So. And, he'd certainly say I was remiss to say it's a team sport, so we shouldn't highlight him necessarily. but certainly, yeah, I mean, he is proud, and I am proud as his coach.
Yeah. What events is he going to be taking part in?
So he'll be taking part in the T44 100 meters. That's on Wednesday. And then the long jump in the T44 long jump next Friday.
Yeah, he won silver and bronze in those in those disciplines in 2019. Are we expecting him to go one better this season? I know you don't want to highlight one player, one athlete, but let's
Yeah, and I'm certainly expecting him to go one better. But you never want to put pressure on the athletes. But certainly the work's been done and the preparation's there, so he's absolutely ready, and I have every confidence that he has it in him to take it one better.
Yeah. What sort of competition is he facing?
Well, there's some really good competition from the Brazilians in his 100 meters, so that will be a tight fight to the end. And then in the long jump, the German Marcus Rem, who just broke the world record, jumped an 872, which is even better than the able-bodied distances at the moment. So there, realistically, it's almost a fight for silver, but you never know what could happen. Sport is an interesting thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other athletes we should be looking out for that you are confident can medal?
Yes, there's quite a few. It's a good team. So Luzanne, who I mentioned earlier, Tebogo, who you have in the picture there, will be running the T64 400 meters. So he's got a really good chance, looking good this season. And then young Puseletso Mabote as well. He's going out in the long jump and the 100 meters. So that should be good. Kerwin in the shot put. So we have quite a few young and upcoming athletes who certainly will be fighting in the medals. And then, of course, some of the more senior athletes, they're not even yet veterans themselves, but more senior, like Cheryl James and Liesl Goos, who also have done well in previous Paralympics and World Championships, and they really stand a good chance to do well at these championships. Yeah,
it sounds like you have a good mix of youth and experience. How is the future of Paralympics looking in South Africa? Para-athletics, I should say, looking like in South Africa?
Well, it's looking really good because para-athletics is growing all over the world, and certainly in South Africa, There's a lot of talent, and judging from the national championships this year, we had hundreds of kids out there. So there's a good pipeline, and I think the current crop of athletes in the national team understand that they are inspiring the next generation, really, and as they were inspired by previous athletes at the same level.
Yeah, I mean, with the qualifications for 2024 up for grabs, I'm sure it sounds like you guys have, like the spirit is good in camp, but are we expecting for your guys to go all out, considering those qualification spots that are up for grabs?
Yes, well, I mean, everyone will be going all out. Track and field's like that. You never go half-heartedly unless you're assured of the win and you're about to shut down in the last few meters of 100 meters, for instance. But certainly they'll all be pushing, going for it, going all out, because we get qualification slots for the Paralympics next year, and even if you generate a slot, it's not guaranteed that you will go in that slot itself. So everyone is really giving their best, because these are effectively the first qualifiers towards the Paralympic Games next year.
Yeah, and the fact that you're there now, does that help in terms of preparation for the Paralympics next year?
It certainly does, because we're here in the exact same conditions we'll be competing in at the Paralympic Games next year, and sort of learning about the logistics to and from the track and things like that, and of course the weather and the food. So the athletes won't be as caught as a rabbit in the headlights, if you would, by the time they come to the games next year, because a lot of them have already experienced Paris. It won't be new. So I think in an interesting way it will be beneficial for the athletes.
Well, Jason Sewanyana, that's all the time we have for you tonight, Coach. Thank you so much for giving us an update. I'm sure we're definitely looking forward to having you return, and we'll see you probably at the airport because that's the things that we do here right at SABC. All the best to the rest of the team. Wish them all the best of luck from all of us here in South Africa. We are definitely looking forward to seeing what they will produce. Jason Sewanyana, they're coming from Team South Africa in Paris.